Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you have watched my previous videos on MD04. So today we'll be discussing about the MRP list or the exception messages those were generated as a result of MRP run. So today in this video we'll try to understand about the usage of MD04 and the MD05. Along with that, how does the MD07 and MD06 work in line with the MD04 and MD05. So as you can see on my screen here, the MD04 is actually a dynamic report. So we use this transaction to look at the details of a single material, right? So it's like an individual report for one material. But whereas MD07 is a collective information of multiple materials that are actually assigned to an MRP controller, for example. So this MD07, it provides a high-level overview of the complete list of materials in one report. So all those details that we see in MD04 is basically the copy from the MD04 of that particular material that we see here. And similarly on the MD05, as we know that this is basically the MRP list and gets updated only after the MRP run has been completed for that material. So to see a mass view or a mass report for uh, multiple materials, right? So we can use the MD06, so which is a collective display of the MRP list for multiple materials. So these materials can be assigned to a single MRP controller, and there are a few more options where we can utilize to uh, get the details of the MD07 and the MD06 respectively. So let's go into the SAP and see how to evaluate these results. And also in this video, we're going to discuss about the exception messages, so how they are generated and how to resolve those exception messages and how to read those messages, right? So let's log into SAP. So first let me show you the MD04. So here is the MD04 where you can see two tabs for the individual access and the collective access. So the MD04 here is only for the single material, right, in the individual access. But if I click on the collective access, now I'll be navigated into the MD07 transaction. So here I got an option to choose uh, on what basis I would like to see the list of materials or the report from this MD07. So we can use the MRP controller, we can use a product group, or we can use a vendor, right? And if not, we also can use the production line. And also if you have any class or a class type, for a class type, so that option can also be utilized here. So for now, I'm going to use the option of the MRP controller. So I'm going to use one of my MRP controller code. So it is asking me to set up the list. Yes. So now here is the output of MD07 where we can see the complete list of materials that were actually assigned to the MRP controller, right? So in the MRP view of the Material Master, we are going to assign the MRP controller code, and based on that particular criteria, so the MD07 is going to provide the complete output. And now here we do see a few columns or tables with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? So these columns are basically the MRP exception message groups, right? So, and what does these numbers mean on each of these materials and the respective column? So this actually means that this material is having one exception message under the exception message group 7. So as we know that there are multiple exception message categories, like based on the master data or the rescheduling dates or an inconsistent master data and so on. So each of those categories have been categorized into these 8 groups. right? And these figures, it basically indicates about the number of messages that the material is having in the MD04 screen, right? So let's go into one example. So I'm going to choose this where I can see that I got two messages, two exception messages under the exception group 7. So now I would like to go into the stock requirement list of the MD04. So instead of going into a new screen, so I can just click on these icons what I have here, right? So here we can use this icon to display the MD04, or also you can use the icon on the top, right? So now I'm going to use this. So this will take me to the MD04 screen of the material. So now here I can see that I have an exception message. So there are two exception messages like I have seen in the previous screen of MD07. So now if I click on F4, so now here system is going to tell me that these are my exception message groups, right? So these are the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 groups that we have seen in MD07 earlier. So now I do the F4 again. So if I come to the exception message of 15, it actually belongs to the group 7, so which talks about the rescheduling categories. So in this 7 category we have 4 exception messages, 10, 15, 20 and 3, that actually talks about the scheduling of the procurement proposals. Those are generated by MRP or after the MRP run. So now here for this purchase requisition, system is telling me that to reschedule out the purchase requisition date. So now if I just close this window and I look at the rescheduling date, so it says me, it is asking me to reschedule the uh, purchase requisition, right? So the rescheduling date has been proposed to change it to 24/12/2020 based on the MRP run date, right? So if I would like to see the last MRP run for this material, I can use the transaction MD05 on a new screen. So this screen tells me that the last MRP run for this material happened on December 15th, 2020 on this particular time, right? So like I mentioned in my previous videos, you also can set some icons as your favorites or use them as a navigation profile. So now if I read the MD04 of this material, I can see that we have an available quantity of 1985 kgs. So out of which the 1200 kgs will be carried on to the safety stock, and where I'll be left over with the 785.003 kgs. So now I have a dependent requirement from one of the semi-finished item for 1000 kgs. So now by doing the calculation here, I can see that the 785.003 kg has been added with the 10 kg, right? So that is going to increase the stock to 795.003. And now out of this stock, so now the dependent requirement for the semi-finished needs 1000 kg. So after doing this calculation, I will be shortage with 204.997 kgs, for which there is a purchase order created for 205 kgs. So now after this calculation, like 204.997 minus 205, that gives me with 0.003 kgs left over in my plant stock. So this is a planning data, right? So if I'm going to remove this purchase order, or I'm going to delete the purchase requisition, so then the updated results would be again shown here in the available quantity. So that's how the MD04 works dynamically with all the changes that we do on the MRP elements here. So now coming back to the topic of the rescheduling dates or the exception messages. So here my requirement date for the semi-finished is basically 24/12/2020. So by this date I need to have the raw material in stock so that the planner can convert the planned order of the semi-finished into a production order and then start the manufacturing process. But whereas this purchase requisition has been created for the month of September 4th. So now system is telling me that you need to reschedule this purchase requisition date to 24/12/2020, which is basically the requirement date of the dependent requirement of my semi-finished material, right? So now I need to reschedule out, which means that the date shows to be in the past, and now I need to move the date into the future of 24/12/2020. And similarly, if I look at the other exception message 10, so this basically talks about the reschedule in, so which is the other way around of the rescheduling out message type. So 15 talks about the reschedule out and 10 talks about the reschedule in. So here let's try to understand why it is actually proposing us the 10 exception message. So this purchase order has again been created to fulfill the demand on this dependent requirement, but when we look at the date on the purchase order, it's going to be completed by Jan 1st 2021, right? So now system is actually proposing me that you need to change the delivery date or the receipt date of this purchase order to 24/12/2020, so which should be the available date for the material. If not, I cannot actually meet the demand on this planned order or the dependent requirement, right? So that's the reason system is asking me to move this date into a past date. So when I talk about the past date and the future date, it basically is looking at the dates of the requirement dates here on the purchase requisition and the dependent requirements, right? So now based on this particular date, it is going to define whether the message type should be as a reschedule in or reschedule out. So here the purchase order date is in the future when compared with the requirement date on the dependent requirement. So for that reason, it's actually asking me to reschedule in, right, or move the date into the past so that the planned order can be converted with the proper material availability, right? So once I do the changes over here, I just need to go back, and then the exception messages would be removed dynamically based on the changes what I do in MD04. And here on the screen, you already can see a checkbox activated, which means that this particular material has been reviewed, right? So now let's take another material here. So this means that under the exception message category 3, we have 10 exception messages, and under the exception message category 5, we have 1 message, right? So let me go into this and show you those 10 messages. So these are the 10 messages, right? So the exception message 7, it basically falls under the category 3, and we have 10 messages. So that's the reason we can see the count to be as 10 and 1 for the 5 message category. So that's about the MD04 and the MD07. So now if I use the MD05, for example, so I'll go to the transaction MD05, and here I got two options with the individual access and the collective access. So if I click on the collective access, I'll be navigated to the MD06 screen. So MD06 is basically a copy of MD05, which actually takes the data from the MD05, which is the MRP list. And whereas MD07, it takes the data from MD04, which is dynamic in nature, right? So I hit on enter for the MRP controller. And now, as you can see here, we have an additional column with the MRP date, right? So this is when the last MRP run has been occurred or taken place for the material that we are looking at, right? So just to show you that, I'm going to choose this material, and now click on the selected MRP list. So in MD04 we have the option to click on the stock requirement list, but here in MD06 we only can see the display selected MRP list. So if I select this, it is going to take me to the MD05 screen, as you can see the dates and all, right? So this report gives us the information based on the last MRP run for the material, and these exception messages, they're going to sit in a MD05 until the next MRP run takes place and the MRP list gets updated, right? So now there might be one question: how does the MRP list actually gets updated? So for that, whenever you run the MRP for any material, either it can be the MD02, MD03 or MD01. So there we have an option to activate the MRP list. Sorry. So here in the create MRP list field, we need to choose the indicator 1 for the MRP list. So if I'm going to choose the indicator 3, so then there will be no MRP list, which means that MD05 will not be updated for that material. And now if I choose the first option, so then the MD05 gets updated for the material. So that's all for today, guys. Please do watch my videos, like, share and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please do make them as comment under the video, so I'll get back to you on that. So till then, have a nice day. Bye bye, take care.